David Gustafsson and Jaret
Yeah.
Anderson-Dolan wasn't out there
Yeah,
today.
Jed he got hit with a shot there. I think it was on the penalty kill or 5-on-5. Got hit just pretty sore, swollen up today. Gus, actually good news. He'll be okay. Just kind of we'll go day to day on him to see where he's at each day. More than likely both of them are out. We'll be out for tomorrow night, but we'll see if they skate in the morning.
Yeah, and not wanting specific names, but were they difficult conversations between last night and then this morning to decide on the guys that were no longer going to be part of the roster?
Yeah, it's hard because a couple of guys they've been here, they're popular guys, and they're always tough decisions. The young guys are different. They're kind of they're kind of just part of the process of getting. Becoming veterans. The older guys, the guys that have to go through waivers. Especially they've got family and stuff. It's a hard couple of days for them, and but they also know it's part of the business.
The good news is, I guess they don't have to go far after everything happens. Maybe waiting for the waiver wire to come.
Yeah, there's one thing that having the Moose right here is actually you get to see guys all the time, and you get to kind of catch up with them and check in on them over the course of the year, and so it is a nice benefit of having them here.
I know your message with us, at least, has been very consistent about tomorrow night, and that was a game that was reserved primarily for what you would perceive to be your regular season roster, but it's always subject to change. So have some performances invoked the subject to change policy?
We'll see. We haven't really decided 100% yet. We'll talk. Lots going on around the league right now.
Yeah.
So we'll just we got to check and make sure, one, on the injury side of things, just making sure everybody's good to go. We'll talk as an organization here in the next, probably next couple hours and kind of move forward. And, it doesn't mean what you're going to see tomorrow night is 100% what you're going to see next week. But, most of the top-end veterans are going to be there because they need the reps to get going and continue to, get ready for next week.
So what do you like about the power play? I mean, you saw it last year, and now you've seen it a couple preseason games, and it's worked quite effectively. What's different?
Well, I'm not going to compare so much to last year. I think I'm going to read more about what I saw from the start of camp than now is the details, picking up on the details, whether that's face-offs or entries. When a puck gets to a certain spot, whether it gets to Mo at the top, the other guys have motion and movement that they have to do, and that's part of sort of the rewarding. Started seeing it the first game, and now kind of seeing it last night. Some of the finished product, it's nice to see, and you're going to get heavier and heavier competition. Tomorrow will be another big test against, I'm sure, close to Calgary's top lineup. So really like the way the attention to detail with that has been. I thought both our specialty teams have been really good that way.
Put Nick in that spot to help him. And it's been new for him. How's he sort of picked that up?
Yeah. There was he just he wanted to know if I'm going to play that. How do I play it? Tell me what I need to do, and because he's never really been in that role. And it's amazing that, like I talked to you guys, I think earlier on in the year, early on in camp, when we were talking about him going in there, is that some of the players that play that position, that pop position, or bumper position, there's some top end guys, and they do get the touch of the puck a lot, and they are a big part of what happens. What a lot generates through those guys. So it's more about just teaching them what we need them to do each time. When Scheif has the puck, where does he go? If Gabe has it, if it ends up with Mo, what's his route? We don't have the puck and we're on a recovery or an entry. What's your next play? Where does he got to get to? And he's picking it up pretty good, and want to make sure that we're giving him lots of reps in that spot.
On his goal last night, how big of a deal is it that he's moving into that spot, maybe coming in kind of over the shoulder of a D-man who doesn't pick him up?
Yeah, two things. He got far enough over so the weak side winger couldn't get over and collapse on him, but he also got away from the D. And if you have a bumper or pop work, that's a new word for us now, is pop. Davis told me it's a pop play. If you guys have somebody that's got quickness, they can go hash marks to hash marks, dot to dot. As you saw last night also from the hash marks to the goal line and the switch that happened with him and Gabe. When you have the ability to move quick like he can, that gives you that split second, to find that hole, to find that chance to get that shot off, and that's what he does with his quickness.
Scott, you talked about Colton Barlow's camp. As somebody who played in a lot of good junior teams, what does it mean in a big development year for him to go to a contending team?
Yeah, I know that it's interesting because I have a relationship with Dale DeGray, and I know that he had them, and now they know in sound now they're making the move. So good for him. One of the exit meetings when he was heading home there, we just said that make every day count. That he goes back there, that that he plays at elite level to go win something. And go down there and have success as a team and be a part of that. The other thing is to try to get on that. Do everything possible to get on that team. The World Junior team, and to continue to gain growth, that way. So, he's got an opportunity with a good team, and hopefully he makes the most of it.
Scott, just one more on Elias. It's safe to say there's 8 healthy defensemen left here in camp. He's one of them that, whether it's right off the hop or at some point this season, he's very much at least given you guys a lot to think about.
Yeah, you know what, I know we've talked a lot about all the kind of the kids there, but that's the one thing about each and every one of them. They've all improved as the, whatever it is, 10, 12 days have gone on here, and he's one that's really, taking it from last year to this year, just seeing where he's at, from his first game to the other night. I was really impressed with those two, him and Lundy there, just, 2 kids out there together, and I thought they played really well, and he's gaining confidence. Some of the drills we're doing in practice here, the battle drill, if you saw that one, the net front battle stuff, like he's catching on how we need to play and what he needs to do to kind of play here, and love to see growth like that with young guys.
Yeah, there was a moment a few skates ago, I think it was earlier this week, where he actually took a pretty good run at Adam Lowry and kind of
Bounced off him.
Yeah, but I mean, you must love to see that, right? Because maybe there might be some young guys that almost defer or they're tentative about doing something like that. But there's a bit of a fearless element there.
Yeah, he has a little bit of a history of liking that stuff. So just from the World Juniors and from his, he got suspended a couple times, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's not afraid to mix it up and go into people and play the body, which is always nice to. Because he has his other instincts as a defenseman, his ability to get back and read the next play, make a first pass. He has good feet, so that's kind of, for him, it's, kind of putting it all together, and that's what I thought he's done in this camp.
So one decision coming in on the backup goalie too.
Oh, not my department. No, we got to have a roster in Sunday or Monday, whatever it is, so we got to figure out, obviously, we got 2 injured defensemen. You got to have a spot for if we look projecting when they might be back. As it is right today, we have some injured forwards, so we're going to see where we are on Sunday, Monday, where health-wise, and can you afford to keep 3, or do you have to keep a space open, or have to make the move? I've said to you guys I'd love to be 13-7. I don't know if we can do that right away, so we'll just kind of we'll get to Sunday, Monday, and kind of go from there. Who? Yes, that's 2.5. I told you 2.5. Right? Yes, Ellie will be.